Hey everyone, welcome to Blossoming Souls. This is your channel created for you, and it is Sacred Sunday. All of my messages on Sundays are called Sacred Sundays because it is your time, it is my time. It is time for Spirit to speak to us and to share our energy to give and to receive, and to be in that space of oneness within yourself, within your truth, within your light. And I just wanted to let you know that I am here for you. I was guided many years ago to start this channel and to walk with you through life's experiences. And I am still very willing to do that, but I do want to add something before I start this message. I've noticed for quite a while now that there's not much interaction on your part with me. And while I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to do my life purpose, which is to inspire, to guide, to walk with you, and to share with you love and light and truth, I want you to also know that it takes a lot of energy to do this. It takes time, and it takes dedication and loyalty to my calling. But lately, I've been feeling like all of this, the effort that I've put in, the genuineness, speaking from my heart, and speaking for Spirit to you. It feels as if there's no interaction lately at all with me. And so I took last Sunday off to sort of recalibrate and align my my energy. And what I want to say to you today is this. I know how it is with our busy lives to start to listen to something and you forget to hit the like button. The like isn't just because it strokes my ego, because that's not why I'm here. Hitting the like button, it sends a message to the YouTube creators, admins, whatever it is, the admins who on YouTube. It's an algorithm. So when you like something, it automatically triggers a promoting my message or channel to others on YouTube. And I haven't seen that in quite some time. And so I've been in contemplation of not doing this channel anymore. Because again, it's not that I'm not it's not that I don't want to be here, because I thoroughly enjoy these messages. But if I'm going to put in the effort and I'm going to provide this free service to you, I would really, really appreciate the effort it takes 2 seconds to hit the like button or make a comment or even say, Naomi, I'm not feeling this anymore. And if you're not, no hard feelings. But I just feel as the more I grow, the more I assert my boundaries, the more I value myself. I think this is a lesson for me in sort of standing up for myself and saying to all of you, I love this. I love being here, but I don't feel as if I don't see any participation, I feel as if I don't know why I'm doing this, because I'm answering a call to my calling, to be this messenger, to be this spiritual guide. But if I'm not getting any confirmation that anybody's listening, then I will cease to do this channel. Or I'll create a different type of channel on YouTube doing something different. But right now, I'm just going to give it my all today to give you this message, whatever it might be from Spirit, and to let you know I am sort of giving you a notification that at some point I will stop doing this if I don't see any kind of reaction at all. Okay, I think that's fair. I've never asked anything of you. I've never asked for donations. I've never asked for any of that. I've always done this out of the goodness of my heart. And I will be honest, it does hurt to know that people can't take 2 seconds to hit the like button or make a comment. So that said, let's get that out of the way. Let's start in on our message. I'm going to just sound the tuning fork for a sec, and let's let Spirit work Spirit's magic here in all of our lives with this message. As I sound this tuning fork, please take some deep breaths in and envision yourself in a wide open field. No boundaries, no timelines, no clocks, no watches, no demands. Breathing in, breathing out, allowing the sound of this tuning fork and the energy from Spirit to clear your energy to make room for this freedom, for this space, for this time. Envision something that you love, that you want, that you are trying to manifest right now in this moment as you breathe, as you listen to whatever it is you want to hear. The sound of waves, the rustling of leaves, the sound of raindrops against the window, whatever it is that calms you. Feel into that now as we start this message. Thank you, Spirit, for being here for us and for guiding us through this time. Spirit, what is it that you have to say to all of us today? As I mentioned freedom earlier, I do feel as if there is this grand finale, if you will, of something that has been holding you back, bothering you, maybe keeping you from your truth or a truth. And Spirit says that time has come to stop allowing those things to hold us back, okay? I will say this, I do feel a lot of emotion stirring here. So I feel like whatever it is that Spirit has to say to all of us, it is invoking, it is promoting some kind of emotional response, and it is creating some sort of segue into I was seeing horses, the horse race or something. I was seeing horses. I was in the beginning how they do they sound that, I don't know if it's a gun or if it's a bell, but the horses take off, right? And so what I'm seeing here and feeling with this is it's not a race. Excuse me, it's not that kind of race, but it is a sort of like a feeling of it's time for me to catch up now on those things that I wasn't able to get to before type of feeling. And so as we feel into this, take a moment to feel into what that is and what it means for you, how that sits with you, how that resonates with you, the visions that come into your head, the um, maybe a memory pops up or something on a to-do list, whatever it is. Allow that to be a confirmation that this is um, resonating with you. And so it feels very much like this is the beginning. I heard beginning of the end. And by beginning, I don't mean that this is going to be a big, long process for this something to end. What I mean is, have you ever stayed in a hotel with adjoining rooms and there's a door in between your room and the next room? And usually when families travel together or something, one family stays on one side, the other on the other, but you can walk right through that door, right? You can open your door and walk through to the next one. Or sometimes there's your door and then on the other side there's someone else's door. But the point is you could walk through your door and then walk through the other one, right? And so Spirit is saying that's what this is like. This beginning of the end is you turning that doorknob, walking through to that other opportunity. And Spirit says it's here for you. It is here. You may not have seen it, but maybe you weren't able to see it at that point in time. But Spirit says that point in time is now. And so, if you would, Spirit, guide me to whatever message it is for everyone today, please. I do feel a huge sense of what's the word I'm looking for? Why am I hearing foreboding? What does that mean? What is that word? What does it mean? Because I know the word, but I can't think of the meaning right now. Foreboding. Okay. So, it feels like foreboding is sort of like a feeling of something impending that's going to happen, a feeling that something bad is going to happen. So I feel like for a lot of you, and I've done this before too, you've resisted change, this lifestyle change, because you're afraid of something worse coming in. So that phrase that the grass is always greener on the other side is sort of a when someone warns you, be careful what you get yourself into. You leave this, but you might go into a fire. So I feel like Spirit is saying some of you are feeling that foreboding feeling of being caught up in something or a bad omen or a bad feeling about something. And Spirit says, certainly pay attention to your intuition. But this feels more like a fear response, fearing change, fearing what you might leave behind, fearing someone might leave you behind, fearing something different than what you have now. The problem is that you can't see what that is. And so now you naturally feel as if it's something bad. And Spirit is saying that's not always the case. That is a natural human response, but that is not your energy response. That's why there's friction. That's why there's confliction. That's why there is postponement or delays or excuses. I feel like for a lot of you, the writing has been right there on the wall, and you may have even seen it, but you didn't want to look into it. You didn't want to delve into that. You didn't want to see, what does this really mean for me? Because I feel like you all want this, and we all do. We want 100% guarantee that if we leave this job, the next job is going to be better. If we leave this city, the next city that I move to is going to be cleaner, healthier, wealthier, whatever the case may be. But Spirit says that's where faith comes in. You have to have faith that something better this way comes. Okay? Not something wicked this way comes. But so I understand where the confusion can come. It can be where you really trust your intuition. This really doesn't sound right to me. It really doesn't feel right to me. But what you need to understand is why? Why doesn't it feel right to me? And really dig into that feeling and understand. Be able to differentiate between fear, your own fear, and an actual warning that your energy, your higher self is trying to tell you, okay? I know this sounds a bit confusing, so I'm trying not to be everywhere with this. But I feel like this energy right now, especially with the new moon that just happened, a lot of you have had doors that just closed and you don't realize it, or you realize it and you're it's sort of taking your breath away because you don't know what's coming next. Okay, so Spirit is saying the energy right now, or the energy that you will be feeling, is acceptance. Initially, I feel like you're going to feel confused, maybe a little bit worried, maybe question some things. Why? You may even be shocked. But Spirit is saying this Starry Night card is your light in the darkness, because you are that star, the shining star at night. You are brilliant in all that you say, all that you do, all that you are, in your intelligence, in your emotional, in your spiritual maturity. You already know that something has changed or is closing, because it has to. It has to. Your spirit is your energy, your path. The divine plan for you is moving forward now and going through that door, not looking back. And I do feel that for a lot of you, the timing on this is perfect. It's divine timing. And it feels like whatever this changes, it happens fast. Something replaces something else, and that's what it feels like. Something replaces something else fast. It's not like you have to wait 16 years, 17 years, 18 years for something to come through. This happens in almost immediate fashion, okay? So Spirit is saying your fears, your doubts, your trepidations are all unnecessary. Though Spirit understands that that is a human response. Okay, so no guilt there if you feel those things. But something is coming in. It's changing quickly. I told you guys a couple readings ago that the full moon, or the full moon and the new moon had played a big part in triggering something to be released from your timeline, so you can move forward, okay, with a much lighter load. And this is what's happening. I do believe that fully, completely. What else? Anything else from this deck, guides, or not? Spirit is here. He's saying, you already have the strength, but look at the energy coming in. The strength comes from your soul, from, because it's divine, because it's a perfect timing for something. Your strength, it's almost like, um let's see, I'll use the grill for since grill season is coming, being outdoors, using your grill to cook your food or whatever. A grill, well, the grill I have at least needs propane canister in order for the fire to catch and to stay on, so it can thoroughly cook your food. And so I feel like this energy here is, this strength is being fueled by um, your inner light, that inner energetic ingredient that you need desperately right now to get through these changes, to move through this change in your life. Some of you could be going into a midlife hormonal things going on in your body. It could be that you've reached the age of retirement and you stop working at some point. These changes could mean that you are walking away from something that you use as a crutch or someone, and moving into your own strength, your own path, your own healing, way of healing or getting through things. I do feel Spirit here saying you're not alone. You do have this strength. You've always had it. However, you also have your guides. You have loved ones from the other side that are supporting you, right? And the energy that they are bringing with them, including your furry friends that have passed over, loved ones, your own spirit is telling you the energy right now is success. The energy of success is here for you because you're walking away from something. Something's being taken from you in some cases because you were afraid. It's not a punishment. It is just time has run out and the universe is like, time's up. You know, you were given a lot of warnings, a lot of signs, a lot of opportunities, but you didn't take them, and that's okay, because that was just your human body reacting to a situation that wasn't familiar to you. So you chose to wait for one more sign, one more sign, one more sign, or something concrete to convince you that this opportunity was right for you. But Spirit is saying it's okay, because there are so many opportunities out there, and it's not like the wheel stops turning in your favor. You have to know that certain things that happen that are fated will happen regardless. It's better to move away from something on your own, because then that is like sending that signal to the universe. Yes, this is what I want. It's what I have to do, and the spirit will, and the universe will bring it in even more, tenfold. I don't know. I'm just saying, using that as an example. But when the universe sees you acting and reacting in that way, taking an action step, the universe then kind of moves in tandem with you. Yes, this is the flow. It is the sacred energy. It is the elixir that brings in those manifestations and more. Okay? So Spirit is saying, you're moving into the energy of success. Okay? And for some of you, success is taking that first step. And it opens up a whole new a whole new, what is the word I'm looking for? Door, a new door, a new gate, a new portal, whatever you want to call it, of opportunity, of lightness, to expand upon your greatness is what I'm hearing. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. What else? Anything else? Talk to me, guides. So it feels like you are headed into a leadership situation here. Some of you, by taking that step, it is your moving in the energy of leadership. And Spirit is saying, for some of you, oh, okay. For some of you, you're in a situation where you work where the leadership is changing. There is something going on with a reigniting of something that was stagnant. So it could be your leadership in your department or company is something's changing with them, or they're moving on and new leadership is coming in. For some of you, this leadership card is about you taking the lead on something and somebody accepting like an offer from you, or you accepting an offer from someone. But I also feel that this leadership card is about you letting your soul ignite into this beautiful, bright and shining. I heard star. For me, star means your light is shining bright. And that is leading to your financial success, leading to your social success, and something fulfilling for you that you've been wanting for a while, but you haven't acted on it because for one reason or another, you maybe thought that if you act on something, it's not going to be well received. But Spirit is saying, you know what? Too bad. Too bad for everybody else that doesn't, that only wants you to do things their way. Too bad. Too bad. It's your life, your path, your journey. And I feel like a lot of you are standing up. I was talking to someone I know the other day who is a fellow Libra, and she was saying how she made a decision to change something in her life. And she said, this time it's permanent. And I said, there's my Libra. We are going through this balancing, sort of like a how do you say that? I don't know why the word re-up came in, but I don't like that. It just doesn't sound right. Re-upping, meaning sometimes people recommit to something. I feel like as a Libra, and this applies to everyone in some way, shape, or form, but as a Libra, we really feel strongly right now this need to, for our truth to come out. I think we've been placating people. I think we've been settling. And I feel like we've been putting up with a lot more than we need to. And it's okay. It's okay. It is our right as human beings, not just Libras. It's our right as human beings to stand up and say no more. And to do it with grace and with dignity. And I know people who say, no, you gotta show them where it's at. You gotta, you've gotta flex your muscles. I don't necessarily believe that you need to have a screaming match with someone, but I do believe that you can firmly and abruptly put something to a halt that has been not fair to you. I do feel as if this is what's going on right now with this whole shift in balancing. Libras are known for wanting balance and creating balance in their lives, but sometimes we get stuck and stagnant in things and we care too much and we want everybody else to be happy even if we're not. I feel like that hit home for a lot of people, even if you're not a Libra. So Spirit is saying, look at, you're blossoming. You're the rose that's blossoming. And this wild rose fairy card comes out promoting love. And Spirit is saying, this isn't just, this is self-love. This is the love that you have for yourself, where you're standing up for what you believe in, for what you want, for no more being uncomfortable with something just because someone else might get upset if you say no. And I'm going to be real with you right now. This is going to be raw for me because I never talk about this on my channel. But if anyone out there is experiencing unwelcome acts towards you, and I mean this in a sexual way, a verbal way, anything that violates your boundaries or your personal body, your personal space, it is okay and actually expected of you to say no. Because for some reason, I feel like some of you out there might be experiencing unwelcome intimacy, sexual acts. I feel, and I've never done this. As far as back as I can remember, I've never talked about this on my channel. But I think I need to mention this to you because somebody needs to hear it. This may not apply to all of you, but the unwanted act of somebody pressuring you into something that you're not willing to do or you're not comfortable with, that love kicks in and you firmly say, no, this is not what I want. This is not what I ever agreed to. And I will not submit to the pressure any longer. So back off. And I do feel that that is in your energy right now for some of you, and maybe not even necessarily involving a sexual act, but I feel like it could be somebody who needs to be in control and needs to feel better about themselves by criticizing you or making sure that you know they are number one and you're not. I feel like there's a lot to be said about putting someone in their place. And I feel like the way to that, to get to that and to put someone in their place, it varies by person, but I do feel that this is a true test of your strength. And so Spirit is saying, you're going to pass this with flying colors because you're fed up. You're tired. You're tired of being pushed around. You're tired of being pressured. You're even tired of someone, what's the word I'm looking for? I think the word I'm looking for is breadcrumbing, gaslighting. Maybe you're dealing with a narcissist. It does feel like you are in that place where you're feeling that kind of pressure. And enough is enough. I'm going to tell you that right now. Enough is enough. And this isn't about, I'm not bringing anything personal into this. And if I was, I would tell you. But I will tell you this. It is your time to stand up for you, to put on your big girl or big boy boots and move on. Move on. I feel like you're given more strength right now with the full moon that happened and the new moon. I do believe there was an eclipse or something like that. So all of these energies are lending themselves to you. because it is your time. You're magical beings of energy that can run circles around people that think they have the upper hand. And I'm going to get real here. I don't know that I've ever gotten this real on this channel. But I'm going to say this. Most of us are raised to have the manners and, be polite and to not raise our voice or stand up to anyone else. But I'm telling you right now, some of your inner voices are screaming. You're screaming to let people know, I'm done putting up with this bullshit. I'm done. I'm sorry. This is intense energy that I'm feeling from some of you. I'm so done. I owe you nothing. I've given you everything. And now I'm ready to do for me. It's time to move on. And I do feel that for a lot of you, this moving on will feel less emotional than you thought. I feel like you will have this enormous weight lifted. And I also feel as if something magical happens when you surrender to put an end to this cycle of sometimes abuse and this cycle of stagnation. I feel that a lot of you are moving on. Enough. Goodbye. See ya. That's what I feel with a lot of you. And you're no longer going to worry if I leave, what's going to happen? Are they going to be able to take care of themselves? Are they going to, is the company going to fall apart if I leave? Is this going to put too much work on someone else? I feel like what you are going to do now is say, not my problem, not mine. Do you know how much of a relief that is and a burden off of your shoulders when you say, not my problem? It's not your problem. Things are broken in the workplace, in the home, wherever it is. And guess what? Those things that are broken were not your fault. They were somebody else's energy that couldn't deal with your light, or they couldn't, something about you triggered them. So you were the victim in a lot of ways. And Spirit is saying, here comes your courage to stand up, your courage to leave, your courage to say whatever it is you have to say to move on from this situation. It's over, it's done. You've hit a brick wall. This energy is intense. That courage leads you straight to freedom. Look at that. Freedom. As I said in the beginning of this message, envision yourself in an open field. And wherever that open field is that's comfortable for you, that's where your energy, that's where your strength is, that's where your freedom is. That's where your joy, your success, and your happiness is. That's where you are at your best. This is you growing up, glowing up, moving into that freedom, that beautiful choice that you have to make is beckoning you. I do feel that if you don't make that choice and that action move, the universe is gonna move that energy out of the way for you. This is what happens in fated situations. This is why I said in the beginning of this message that if I don't see participation, then I am going to move on, because I've been doing this a long time, and I would take that as a sign that it's time for me to move on. And so this is not a ploy, it's not a manipulation to get someone to like my videos. It is a confirmation for me that I am growing up, I am maturing, I am standing in my own power, in my freedom, in my choice to speak up. It has been bothering me for a while, and I haven't said anything, but now I am in the energy of love. It is time for me to assert my needs, okay? What else do you have for us, guides? Oops. Yeah. This is what's happening. You're manifesting dreams because you're letting go. You're letting go. And so Spirit is saying, it's these two things. They go hand in hand. Letting go, you manifest your dreams. Opening one door and walking through another, right? And that's what's happening here for you. With this new moon that just happened, with the energy of change, and then more importantly, it's the energy of personal strength, your self-love. You're doing this. And it's time. It's time now to finish packing those bags. It's time now to fine-tune that voice. It's time to move forward in the energy of you. I'm going to close out this reading unless there's any other messages from Spirit. If any of the other decks are calling to me, I will take a sec to just kind of work that out and figure out if there's anything else. I don't believe there is. I do believe that these messages, excuse me, sorry about that, that you heard today are specifically for you. And while they might be blunt and truthful, they are in divine guidance and much needed timing for all of you in some way in this message. Before we go, I want to just close this out by saying thank you all so much for subscribing, for viewing, and it is my prayer that you will continue to like this channel and to be a part of it, because it does feel a bit one-sided sometimes. And I would like, the purpose of this channel is to include everyone and to share this inclusive energy of love and light and truth. And I respect you no matter what. If you leave, you leave. If you don't and you decide to stay, please support me. Please support Spirit by hitting that like button or making comments or whatever it is you choose to do. But let me know you're there, okay? Otherwise, I am going to pull out, and I will tell you when I do. But I did want to say I appreciate all of you. So with that said, have a beautiful week ahead, and I will see you next week, and I hope to hear from you, and God bless.